Welcome back to the 513 podcast. I'm Nick Nickel, also known as Bengals. I'm finally back with a co-host and Bryson Collins with a very special guest, undrafted free agent, Washington Husky, Glass Cedar University himself, Jaxson Kirkland. How are you doing today?
Doing good, man. Nice to meet you both. Appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, man, great having you on the podcast. Great having you in the 513, the Cincinnati area. Only been a month, but already seen a lot from you, and can't wait to see what you do come July and August.
Yeah, appreciate that. I'm excited.
All right, so let's get off the questions here. So first thing I wanted to ask was, can you explain the process of the draft and why you decided ultimately you wanted to become a Cincinnati Bengal?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the draft was a crazy weekend. It's so like such a so many emotions, I guess, spiraling through that weekend. I mean, you go into it. Of course, everyone's goal is to get drafted, and I thought that would be my fate for sure. But as we got to day three there on Saturday and it got closer to late six, round seven, I mean, that's the time when teams start reaching out and talking about free agent deals if you don't get selected. And draft concludes, and immediately after, I mean, I'm on the phone with Coach Pollock from Bengals O line, obviously, and they were the first to reach out, and that meant a lot. I mean, considering how early, I mean, it might have been even picks before the draft was ending. Really, like it was that close. Hearing from him and how much he liked me, how much he believed in me, and wanted me a part of the O line, it was something that I really bought into. And just looking at the fact that no linemen were selected from Cincinnati and there's no other free agent O linemen, I felt like it was a great opportunity there. And it's such a crazy thing because you have to like get your emotions together because obviously I'm bummed, devastated about not being picked, but something overcame me during that time, and I just the motivation had never been higher, and the hunger. I wanted to get in the weight room right away, and prove everyone wrong. And I'm just thankful that Bengals reached out, and this is the place for me, and couldn't be happier to be here.
I want to build off of that. You're talking to Frank and stuff, and you realize that they haven't. So I don't think it was a part of, from what I was understanding, you are one of you were one of the top rated undrafted people out there. And so I looked into you, we signed you. I was watching your stuff from us. I mean, you're a dog, man. You lay some stuff down. So I was pretty happy with the fact that we got you under control and that you wanted to be here, because I'm sure you said you had multiple phone calls with everybody. And so it's exciting that you got to be here. So what kind of has this OTA program look like for you compared to like what kind of positions they have you playing, what kind of battles that you're going through? What does it look like so far?
Yeah, definitely. It's been interesting because I'm so used to a college off season, where we have spring ball and workouts every day, getting after it. But now, as I'm understanding when the NFL off season's like, we're very diligent in terms of meeting a lot, and we're out there with OTAs, as you mentioned, and it's been great because we've been repping a lot of plays on air. The biggest thing for me right now is just diving into this playbook and becoming a master of it, and in terms of how much time I have, and by the time I come back to fall camp, I have a great understanding of this offense so I can get rolling in the preseason games. But I've been repping mostly guard. I can do both, play tackle, but right now it's been left and right guard. I played, really split it down the middle in college between guard and tackle. I played three positions. I can even play center if they wanted me to, but just repping guard now. But I'm open for anything, and I know that the best linemen are versatile. So at a moment's notice, I'm definitely ready to switch positions.
So what has it been like learning from guys like Orlando Brown? I know Leia Collins is still in there, even though he's injured and off to the side right now. How's that been like learning from them and kind of understanding from a veteran lineman's point of how you should approach this?
It's been great. I mean, it's so amazing just the fact that you watch a lot of these guys like Alex Cava, Orlando Brown, the whole line when I'm in college as a college athlete, because I would watch the pros because I want to see obviously the best in the world do it and trying to follow in their footsteps. And now to be in a room with them and watch them firsthand during drills and being able to be right next to them and pick their brain. It's been huge. And anything I can get from veterans like Orlando, like you said, and Alex Kappa, Cordell even playing, he has a lot of insight from playing 1 year. Just picking their brains and learning the tools that they use and kind of the nuances of the NFL, it's been extremely helpful.
Yeah, speaking about that, has there been like a specific player, whether it's a tackle, guard, doesn't matter how many years you've been in the league, that's mainly like put you under their wing and just like help you develop, whether it's Kappa, Karras, or even like Trey Hill even?
Yeah, definitely. I would think definitely probably Cordell, like I said, Folson, helped that he played guard as well, and he had a great rookie year, obviously. And so, I mean, he's going into his second year, so he totally understands what it's like coming in, being a rookie, and him being on the O-line obviously helps a lot with playbook stuff too. So definitely latched on to him.
Yeah. So, okay, so what I was going to ask was, has there been any connection you've had to your Washington Husky teammates, Drew Sample and Jake Browning already? Or just...
Yeah, certainly. That was a cool thing, as soon as made the decision to come to Cincinnati and be a part of this team was guys like Jake and Drew Sample reaching out immediately. That really made me feel like home. And they're older than me by like 4 years, but I was with them for 2 seasons at UW and we played together, so I know them pretty well. So it's kind of been fun, it's like nostalgic when I'm in a huddle and Browning's my quarterback right now. It's like a familiar face and voice when you get up the line of scrimmage. So it's been really cool, and it's an advantage for sure coming in, and makes me feel more comfortable knowing that guys that my brothers that I've battled with at UW are over here in Cincinnati killing it.
Have you guys done 11-on-11s yet? Has that happened?
No, we haven't. Not really. We just do a light walkthrough against each other. Extremely more just mental, doing the plays against each other. None of that. I don't think that really comes till camp, obviously.
Okay, so have you talked to any of the quarterbacks about their chemistry and how they like to throw the ball? I know Simeon's still in there. Obviously, you got Burrow and Browning. Have you talked to any of them about what they like to do and like to see out of their linemen?
In terms of the offense, obviously, I think the biggest thing for the old linemen, we're repping a lot of these run plays and stuff, but we don't forget that obviously every old lineman wants to run the ball, but we have such a great passing attack here and scheme in Cincinnati, and we got to utilize that. So I think pass protection is the biggest thing. And if you can't pass block, I don't think you can play O-line. And that's why I think this is a great team, because we get to utilize all these aggressive sets and short setting on the line of scrimmage or mixing it up. There's so much opportunity to get better as a pass blocker. So to answer your question, I really think aggressive sets along the interior of the offensive line help a lot with the quarterbacks, because you make that dish of a pocket.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing we talk about in the O-line room is eliminating A-gap pressure. You can talk about obviously stuff off the edge, but if you have A-gap pressure, it's going to be a bad day at the office for the offense. So keeping, everything up the pipe clean helps those guys out a lot, and that's what we talk about.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, what are your goals for this upcoming season? I know if you're just a rookie, but do you have anything specific, whether it's team-based or personal-based, that you just want to get for yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Of course, I want to carve out whatever role is planned for me in the future, and my biggest goal is kind of just maximizing my abilities and knowing me as a player and knowing what I can do. And I really think I contribute to this team, and every day I'm just setting a foot forward, trying to win that day to get me closer to that goal.
So based off, you said you're learning off of Frank Pollock and the Orlando Brown and stuff. How are you adapting to Frank Pollock's new zone gap schemes and his running schemes in the NFL?
Yeah, like I said earlier, with my understanding of football now, it's like my eyes are being open to a lot of new things, which is great, and getting smarter in that sense. I ran a lot of zone schemes in college, so a lot of stuff we do is similar, but it's a lot more zone-based blocking, which is great. I think it sets up the O-line and running backs for success for sure. So adjusting to that, I mean, I'm just diving into this playbook, and there's a lot of nuances with technique and certain things you can do as a blocker based off linebacker alignments, things like that. And Coach Pollock does a great job of detailing everything out. So I'm just really trying to keep up with everything we're installing, and it's been great.
Yeah, man. I mean, just like can't wait to see what happens in the preseason. Just you at 6'7", I believe, and then Devin Cobb right next to you, 6'7". Have like Calvin Tyler, who's like 5'8" or something, just running between you guys in the hole. That's gonna be exciting.
Totally, yeah. And like I said earlier about shorter running backs, it's a great advantage when you have huge old linemen, and great things could happen for sure.
All right, so next question I have is did you have a choice on your jersey number of number 60, or was it like just thrown to you saying, here's a number, now go to practice?
Yeah, no, it was assigned to me, and same way when I got to college, like I'll just take that number and run with it.
I mean, at least you didn't get like a random number in the 80s or
yeah, right, something
90s.
That's like borderline, not a lineman number or something like that. Yeah, that would have been cool.
You get 7.
Yeah.
This is a very important question I'm about to ask you. Who's the funniest in the offensive line group? Who have you found to be the most humorous between the group?
I'd say definitely Teddy, our center. Yeah. He's a very funny guy, and it's cool too because he's done a lot of events with the O-line, and he's always inviting guys out to do stuff and taking people under their wing. But yeah, he's a funny guy for sure.
All right, so last question I have for you here, something I have to ask every single player we have on here. You got to tell us how your record and your overall, how you do overall in the locker room in ping pong and cornhole.
Okay, so this is a touchy subject because I haven't done ping pong yet, but I've done some cornhole. And Brad Robbins, punter, who I know was on this earlier, talking about it, and literally right after he was on here talking about it, I swear he kind of hustled me. Like he said, "Oh, like we should play," and we get in there, and I mean, he just like kicks my ass. Like it was bad. And I've played cornhole, and I've done a good job.
Oh my god!
I'm not gonna make excuses, but I was.
Dude, I'm sorry. I told him to hustle some random rookie.
So I'm gonna blame it on you then.
I'm so. No, that's on me.
This is your fault.
Me. I'm sorry. You could have retired on top. Go 1-0.
It all came full circle. You set me up.
Yikes! Who's the worst? Who's the worst?
It was brutal. It was brutal.
Who's the worst at cornhole?
The worst at cornhole? I haven't seen enough, and I'm like, me being in my first year or two, I'm not gonna like burn any bridges and put someone underneath yet. So I'm gonna plead the fifth on that. I might be up there though after my performance with Brad. It was bad. It was forgettable.
Don't doubt yourself. You're gonna get better. You're just a rookie now.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna remember that next time. What you just said when I'm up there.
You tell Brad Robbins that I said you're gonna kick his ass the next time in that.
I know, right? Who would have thought
because he's from Michigan, and Michigan sucks at everything. So
yeah,
you just let him know. Let him know how bad his team is and how bad he is at cornhole and how bad his mustache looks. I'm just kidding. His mustache is phenomenal.
Okay, don't call out the stash, man.
I had to. I mean, it looks great on game day.
That's all he got on his face. He don't got any hair.
That's the hair he's got to hold on to. We're roasting this guy.
It looks like BJ Hill right now. You gotta let him enjoy it.
Oh, BJ, he's bald. So what can he really say? Were you a part of that whole
Bryson got more?
I wasn't, but I witnessed it. That was pretty funny.
That is, the video was hilarious. He doesn't even look that bad, to be honest. He kind of
man of his word. Good for him.
Yeah. I don't think he was expecting Jermaine to re-sign it. To be honest, I wasn't either. But the day that he did, I was jumping up for joy. So
Yeah, right.
especially because I learned that BJ was going to be bald. Yeah, that's a good time. All right, that's all I got for you.
All right. Well, it was nice meeting you both.
All right.
Appreciate you guys. Hopefully, we can do more stuff like this down the road for sure.
Good luck to you. You guys get a
man.
little break, don't you? After next week? Is it after next week?
Yeah, after next Thursday, we get I don't think I gotta be back here until late June or late July, excuse me. But yeah, over a month.
So enjoy your time off. Enjoy the next week of OTAs, and good luck during the training camp. I'll be looking out for you in the preseason games.
Awesome. Yeah, appreciate you guys.